Walk through the Iranian plateau today, and you see a state defined by Islamic clerical rule, yet surrounded by the remains of a pre-Islamic past. When Arab armies moved through the Middle East in the 7th century, the indigenous languages of Egypt and Syria were eventually replaced by Arabic. Iran, however, retained its native tongue. For 5 millennia, this geography has been the target of catastrophic invasions. Greeks, Arabs, and Mongols have all claimed this land. But while governments fell, the underlying culture never faced erasure. This durability suggests something deeper than mere military strength. The modern Iranian state relies on the fusion of 2 distinct foundations: a deep-seated Persian cultural heritage and the later adoption of Shia Islam. Understanding the roots of these 2 foundations is the only way to make sense of Iran's current, defiant relationship with the rest of the world. The first foundation formed in 550 BC with the rise of Cyrus the Great. He united the tribes of the Iranian plateau to form the Achaemenid Empire, the largest the world had ever seen. Cyrus realized that a massive empire was easier to manage if he protected local religions and traditions instead of erasing them. This policy of administrative oversight paired with cultural tolerance is documented here on the Cyrus cylinder. His successors, like Darius I, built advanced roads and standardized taxes, turning the capital at Persepolis into a symbol of imperial power, where ambassadors from Egypt and India came to pay tribute. This system eventually collapsed under Alexander the Great, and its successors spent 4 centuries in a grinding, exhausting war against the Roman Empire. Even as their capitals burned and dynasties changed, the Persian administrative model persisted. The idea of a centralized state governed by Persian laws and language became a permanent fixture of the region. That persistence was tested in the 7th century, when Arab Muslim armies defeated the Persian state, integrating the plateau into the expanding Islamic world. Rather than disappearing, Persian scholars and poets revived their language, using the Arabic script. They became the primary architects of the Islamic Golden Age, leading breakthroughs in science, mathematics, and philosophy. This pattern of cultural absorption repeated in the 13th century. After Mongol forces devastated Iranian cities, the conquerors eventually converted to Islam and adopted Persian administrative systems to govern their new empire. The final transformation began in 1501, when a young leader named Ismail I established the Safavid Empire. Ismail declared Twelver Shia Islam the official state religion. This decision gave the region a unique religious identity that set it apart from its Sunni neighbors, particularly the Ottoman Empire, and established the borders of the modern state. By the 16th century, the blueprint for modern Iran was complete, a society that was Persian in its culture and administrative history, but Shia in its religious framework. By the 20th century, a weakened Iran found itself squeezed between 2 expanding powers, the Russian Empire and the United Kingdom, both competing for control over Iran's newly discovered oil. In 1951, Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh moved to nationalize the oil industry, taking control away from the British-owned Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. The British and Americans responded with Operation Ajax, a 1953 intelligence coup that overthrew Mossadegh and restored the absolute power of the monarch, known as the Shah. Backed by U.S. aid, the Shah launched a program of rapid modernization while using his secret police, the Savak, to crush political opposition. These policies modernized the economy for the urban elite, but disrupted traditional life for the rural poor, creating a reservoir of resentment that would eventually overflow. While the Shah hosted a massive 1971 celebration of the ancient Persian monarchy, Ayatollah Khomeini organized the opposition from exile. He used religious messaging to frame the Shah as a tyrant subservient to Western interests. In 1979, the monarchy collapsed. Millions of Iranians joined a revolution that replaced the Western-backed state with an Islamic republic. This new state was immediately isolated. It faced a hostage crisis with Washington and a brutal 8-year war with Iraq that resulted in massive loss of life and economic damage. Khomeini's successor, Ali Khomeini, has maintained a policy of neither East nor West, a rejection of alignment with both the US and Russia that continues to define Iranian foreign policy. Today's geopolitical friction is a continuation of this long-standing drive for autonomy. It is the modern manifestation of a society determined to protect a specific cultural and religious identity from any outside control.